Hello! Lately on YouTube I've noticed a lot of videos that recommend indie games, but every time I watch those videos it's always the same games popping up like Celeste, Hollow Knight, Outer Wilds, and don't get me wrong, those games are amazing, but at this point it feels like pretty much everyone that's interested in the indie game scene has heard of these games. So today I want to shake things up and share a list of 5 lesser known indie gems that I genuinely think you should check out in no particular order. Let's get to it. First up we got Hypnospace Outlaw, developed by Tendershoot. This isn't just a game, it's a trip back in time to an alternate version of the 90s internet. You play as an enforcer patrolling a surreal online world called Hypnospace. Your job? Investigate violations, uncover secrets, and solve puzzles, all while navigating quirky websites and managing your own in-game time. The aesthetic of the game is trippy, to say the least, but in my opinion, the charm of Hypnospace Outlaw lies in the incredible attention to detail. The developers have created an internet parody filled with hilarious fake websites, bizarre downloads, and an amazing soundtrack that perfectly captures the nostalgic chaos of the early web. It's funny, weird, oddly relatable for anyone who's spent hours exploring the depths of the internet back in the day. The gameplay challenges you to think like a detective as you scour the web for clues, learning about the unique characters who inhabit this virtual space. It's a mix of puzzle solving, narrative exploration, and pure retro delight. Check it out if you guys are interested. Next up, we got Sludge Life by Terry Velman and Doseon? This quirky first-person adventure drops you into a grimy, dystopian island ruled by corrupt corporations. Your goal? Become the ultimate graffiti artist by tagging every surface you can find while exploring the strange and grimy open world. The game's world is packed with odd characters, from a giant cigarette mascot to eccentric NPCs with bizarre stories to share. It has a satirical tone and absurd humor that make it a refreshing break from the traditional gaming experience. Plus, the art direction screams counterculture with its punk rock aesthetic, lo-fi graphics, and a killer soundtrack to match. If you're a fan of unconventional games with a rebellious spirit, Sludge Life is a wild ride that you shouldn't miss. Now for something even more bizarre, Cruelty Squad by Consumer Soft Products. This tactical shooter doesn't just push boundaries, it smashes them with grotesque visuals and unapologetically surreal designs. You play as an operative for a morally bankrupt corporation carrying out missions that range from assassinations to corporate sabotage. What sets Cruelty Squad apart isn't just its gameplay, but it's the game's bold artistic choices. The intentional garish visuals and eerie soundtrack create a disorienting, almost nightmarish experience. And beneath its chaotic surface lies a surprisingly deep simulation with multiple pathways for missions, intricate weapon customization, and layers of strategy. It's a game that demands you embrace its absurdity to uncover its brilliance. If you're ready to step out of your comfort zone, Cruelty Squad is a surreal masterpiece waiting to be explored. Next up, for a completely different vibe, check out Sable by Shedworks. This open-world exploration game takes you on a deeply personal journey through a stunning desert landscape. It kind of reminds me of Journey by That Game Company, for those of you that are familiar with that game. But in this game, you play as Sable, a young girl embarking on her rite of passage called the Gliding. Along the way, you'll meet fascinating characters, solve environmental puzzles, and discover ancient relics that reveal the world's history. The visuals are breathtaking, with a hand-drawn art style inspired by the legendary Mobius. The soundtrack, composed by Japanese Breakfast, adds a soothing and emotional layer to the experience. There's no combat in Sable, instead it's about taking your time, soaking in the scenery, and crafting your own narrative. This game is perfect for players looking for a serene, introspective experience that lingers long after you've put it down. Strong recommendation for Sable. Really love that game. Last but not least, The Eternal Cylinder by Ace Team. Imagine a world where an unstoppable rolling cylinder threatens to crush everything in its path. In this game, you control a group of adorable creatures called Trebums. Trebums? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Those little creatures must adapt and evolve to survive, and that will be your task for this game. What makes this game truly unique is its evolution mechanic. As you explore the bizarre alien world, you'll discover mutations that give your Trebums new abilities like flying, swimming, or resisting extreme temperatures. Each mutation is visually reflected on your creatures, making them as unique as your journey. The surreal landscapes and alien creatures create a sense of wonder and unease, while the looming cylinder keeps the tension high. If you're a fan of games that combine survival, exploration, strategy, and creativity, The Eternal Cylinder will be an adventure for you. Next up, we got honorable mentions. Now, while these games didn't quite make it to my top 5 list, they're still remarkable titles that showcase the creativity and passion of indie developers, and they deserve their little moment in the spotlight. First up, we got Rain World, a mesmerizing survival adventure where you play as a nimble slug cat in a brutal, ever-changing ecosystem. With its hauntingly beautiful visuals and dynamic dynamic AI-driven predators, every moment in Rain World is a tense balance between hunter and hunted. It's a game that thrives on environmental storytelling and the bittersweet cycle of life in a harsh world. Children of the Sun, a personal favorite of mine for the honorable mentions. It's a unique puzzle shooter game where every shot counts. Literally, armed with a single solar-powered bullet, players must solve clever puzzles and outsmart shadowy foes to bring light back to their world. Use strategy and precision to ricochet your shot, team up with friends, and unleash the ultimate solar powers to protect your world from eternal darkness. I really recommend this game. It's actually really sick. I'm playing it right now, and there you have it, 5 niche indie games that deserve a spot in your library. Whether you're into surreal adventures, gritty survival, or unique aesthetics, these games prove that indie developers are pushing the boundaries of creativity. Let me know if you have any other games that I didn't mention that you think I should have a look at. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will catch you in my next video. Peace!